What is going on, everybody? BobbyFi with my man Eric Sheets Haber. Hope you're all having a good Wednesday. Sort of a hit and miss for me in baseball last night, but we're going to be talking some golf. And Sheets, we don't have any majors left in the year. We've just got a little tournaments. I guess there's all still pretty big tournaments. But what are your sort of overall thoughts on this slate? I've done some research and finding a lot of chalk at the top and sort of the same thing where we can really spread out down in the lower range. What are your sort of overall takes before we jump into the slate?
So I have a couple of takes, but as long as we're talking about stuff, so baseball for me last night was a little fishy. I mean, I did really, really well with the pitching. For those of you that were on here, I announced to everybody I was playing no Nola, no Darvish. I was playing the cap McClanahan and Scooble, so I could get up to these hitters that didn't do anything. It was a little annoying. But more good news for those of you that weren't following it. I'll put up on the. I'll share my screen if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where are you? Where is Zoom?
All right, let's see.
Yep. So we nailed the LOL GPP this morning.
Oh, beautiful!
I tweeted it and everything. Yeah.
Look at you go! This is crazy.
Yeah, this was
following. Check out Sheets and follow this guy, TrueDFS.com. This is crazy. It seems like every time there's an LOL tournament, I swear to God.
Not really. But the thing is, it's like a little weird because even in two game slates, like it's all about kind of like coming up with the right constructions, because I don't even have like that low old guys, but just you leave money on the table. And honestly, I use SaberSim to help build my lineups and stuff, and I use my custom projections with the SaberSim builds plus whatever information I get from whatever. I don't know, man. It was to give you guys an idea. I mean, I built, and you got to get a little lucky. I built 23 lineups, and my 18th ranked lineup was the one that actually got first. So you think about being lucky. If I decided to only play 15 lineups, I wouldn't have won. But because I got up to that 18th lineup, that counts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the thing. I need to see. Apparently, I need to get a good cushion going every day to make up for baseball. So let's see what'll happen. But we got golf coming up this week, and I think it's interesting because whenever you have something following the major, you have some. Well, on the one hand, you have the possibility for letdowns, and on the other hand, you have the possibility for the public overestimating the effects of the letdowns, right? And there's a couple right off the bat that we're going to talk about that might not be completely on brand for me, and we'll get to that when we get to it. You want to just start at the top tier?
Yeah, let's start at the top tier. Why don't you talk about who you like, and then I'll follow up after.
Okay. So this is the what you're probably going to hear is the driving narrative. So Louis Oosthuizen played his mind off last week. He was in contention to win the freaking British Open, and then he just couldn't get it done, and he just kind of collapsed a little bit. And there's just no way that he could get up for this event. As a matter of fact, knowing Louis' history, it's possible that he might even drop out or maybe play one hole or whatever it is. But I am probably going to play him. Because I mean, again, if I hear any more of this, I can just promise you that whatever his ownership is probably too low. So I'm gonna be playing him. I do like him. He's probably he's my top ranked value actually on the slate. So I am gonna try him. The other thing I do like Patrick Reed as my next best in this range. And then also, I do like Finau, I do like Johnson. I'm not fading any of them fully, but if I had to rank them, I would say Oosthuizen number 1, Reed number 2, Finau number 3, and DJ number 4.
I like it. I personally have it a little bit differently. Wasn't as high on Oosthuizen, but I think it's an interesting point, just like how much lower his ownership will be, and the fact that talk about good form. I mean, what is he, top 3 in 3 out of the last 4 tournaments, having 2 majors.
Yeah.
Top 10 in 4 out of the last 5, 6 out of the last 9. Like he's just been when he plays, he's he's money in the bank. So I get it. I was leaning DJ 1, Finau 2, 3, Reed 3. Nothing special there from my perspective. But those are the guys who I'm playing at the top end. I do agree that all of them are firmly in play. I worry a little bit with DJ, less so with Finau. I actually feel like Finau might be narrative wise a little bit safer. Every tournament for him could be the first one. So I like that a little bit as well. But why don't you start off in the 9Ks? Because I think we have a few decisions to make here. I think people are gonna, they're gonna be forced to pay up a little bit because there's a lot of interesting lower like 7K value that you could use. So in the 9K range, what are you looking at?
Yeah, so we are going to get to some 7K value, which is going to really just dominate my board here. But I think you'll see that, well, the guys I like the best might not be the highest owned of those 7K range, and so with the 9Ks, I really only have interest in 2 guys, and as the week has gone on, I've kind of like come off of one guy and onto the other guy a little bit more. But the 2 guys I like are Tringali and Grillo. Those are my 2 guys. At the beginning of the week, I like Grillo a little bit more, and now I like Tringali a little bit more. But I think both of them are very, very strong. Grillo is very good. And Tringali's these are 2 very, very good golfers. And they hit the ball well, and they're I don't know, they just always seem to be doing it for me. And so both these guys I really, really like. And honestly, I'm not getting anybody else in the 9K range at all.
Interesting. Okay, so I've got Tringale as my number 1 in this range, and Cameron Davis is my number 2. I think I want to see Cameron Davis actually, he didn't play. He played okay after winning the tournament a few weeks back. Obviously didn't play last week. I think I'll take another shot on Cam Davis. I believe in the kid's talent, and I think he'll have some ownership. These guys all will, but I think Cameron Davis will probably be on the low end of the ownership in the 9K range. So I have those 2, and then I will. I'll throw in. I'll add Grillo because I do. It's weird though because I feel like he's a pretty high variance guy. I mean, we just saw him miss the cut at 2 easy cuts, and then he goes out and plays well at the Open Championship. And I personally, I'm a little bit more sided towards Tringale and Davis, but I would have Grillo as my next one.
Sounds good to me.
All right. How about the 8K range? What are we doing?
I don't have much. I got 3 guys in the 8K range that.
I've got a guy.
Huh.
My favorite guy in this range. Come on.
Yes, and now I'm gonna talk about him in a minute because I want to steal a take and then apply it. So we're gonna get to your guy in a minute, but he's the guy that just is the bottom of my guy. So my top guy is a guy I'm not gonna play. I shouldn't say that. So Keegan Bradley, it rates as my top guy. I think I don't know if I'm gonna get to him though. Then there's Gary Woodland. I like Gary Woodland a lot. Am I sharing my screen, by the way? I am. Yeah. Gary Woodland, I like this week. I think he's good, and he's going to be really, really low owned. I like Maverick McNeely. He's going to be kind of chalky, actually, for some reason. But I do like him. And then Charles Schwartzel. I like him a little bit. And then the guy that we'll get to is, I presume, is Patton Kizzire. Yep. Stuart Sink is okay for me. One thing that Rick talked about with and I'll totally steal this with Patton Kizzire is his 4th rounds have been like through the roof. Right. He really just does well on Sunday, and I'll have to say that the idiot in me is saying, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll play freaking Showdown on Sunday and make sure to play him if he makes the cut. So I'm almost definitely doing that, but I definitely like him.
Yeah, it's interesting with Kizzire, as he's by far my number 1 in this range. I don't even have anybody close to him. Okay. He struggled for those 3 tournaments, literally the only 3 tournaments that he's missed the cut on, basically in the last full calendar year. I think one other tournament he missed the cut. No, maybe it was 2 actually that he missed the cut on. I might be a little bit mistaken on that, but he was going along great. He had the back-to-back thirds. And then he really struggled 3 tournaments in a row, and then bounced back and sort of barely made the cut twice. And like you said, played great on Sunday, finished 25th and 11th the last 2 tournaments. I think this is actually a pretty good field for him. We know he can hit it. He's a monster of a human being. And I have him ahead of everybody else in this range. I think he's actually, I mean, I hate to use the word safe when it comes to golf because every weird thing happens, but I have Kazire as my safest and my highest upside guy in this range, along with Keegan Bradley, who would be my number 2. And I didn't get to all the other guys. Oh, I did have Gary Woodland on my list, so I was sort of happy just in the, that you sort of confirmed that, because I haven't heard other people talk about him much. I just sort of was playing the ownership and the fact that he actually hasn't been as bad as some of the numbers. It's really talking about a few holes here and there where he struggled and some tough tournaments. So I know he got back into good form for a little bit and then sort of just faded away a little bit, but those have been in the big tough fields. So I do have some interest in Gary Woodland, but it's mostly going to be Bradley and Tringale for me in this range.
Okay, so who do you got?
In the 7K range?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go down my list here. Okay, I guess I'm trying to go in order, but I'll just F the order. I'll just try and say it. Mito Pereira. Mike Pereira.
It's pretty fun.
Mito Pereira. I've got, I really like Johnny Vegas. I think he's like just way too cheap, and I like him for this course. I have Sam Ryder, Patrick Rogers, Richie Wawrinski, Troy Merritt. And I'm having trouble differentiating between a lot of these guys. And then towards the very bottom of the 7K range, I like James Hahn and I like Bo Hogg.
I love it because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 7K guys in my top 10 overall, and you didn't mention any of them. So we are gonna really have some fun. But you gotta pause for just a second to give these guys a little bit of suspense.
Okay, we're talking 7K range. We did pause for a minute. Who are we looking at?
So my top guy is ready. Drum roll.
Yep.
Joel Dahmen.
Oh, I did. I should have mentioned Dahmen. I do have Dahmen very high up there. My bad.
Okay.
Now I feel better.
Second guy is a guy that you used to play that might not be the greatest course for, but it is what it is Brendan Todd. Third guy we've played a lot is Doug Gim.
Oh, yeah.
Fourth guy is Pat Perez. You mentioned Vegas. He'd be my next one. And then I have just a couple more. I got Lanto Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably a little too chalky, Kyle Stanley. Then a 7K guy I'm not playing, which is Steve Stricker. And then I'll throw in 2 more. Why not? Chris Kirk and Ches Reavie. So I'm getting just an inordinate amount of this Joel Dahmen for some reason at 6%. Brendan Todd, I don't expect him to win, but good enough for me. This is just where it's going to be. It's going to be in the 7K range. I'll tell you who I'm not playing, by the way. And this is so interesting. Probably the most chalky guy in the 7K range is a guy that you didn't list either, and I don't think I'm going to play him either, which is actually good. The most chalky guy, maybe on the whole slate, well, no, I shouldn't say that, might be Hank Laboida. He's going to be probably 20% owned, and he's not really rating that great for me. So I wouldn't go overboard on him if you guys are thinking of playing him. I
would rather play Kirk than him, but I do like him a little bit. I just thought that Kirk was a better play. I forgot to mention Kirk and him. You were right on.
So what do you do, right? So I am. If anybody plays this slate, I would really just either just shuffle these 7K guys or take shots on whoever the lowest owned guys are. And if you have my if you have access to the premium sheets, you do have like decent ownership projections here. And I will say that of all the different sports, the golf ones are probably the tightest. So you could probably, I would say rely on, but you know what I mean? Like you won't get that much variance from the ownership projections there, where some of the other sports can be kind of wild. So if you wanted to, again, like be a stickler and say, you know what, freaking the guy just mentioned, LaBoyda rates the same as, say, you know, I don't know, Troy Merritt or somebody you mentioned, whatever, and one of them's gonna be half the ownership, just get rid of the other guy, you know what I mean, or go underweight or something like that. I really do think it's gonna be a fun slate. And I'm probably gonna play too few lineups. I'm gonna play 20. I'm gonna be concentrated. Then I'm gonna come on. Oh, why didn't I play XYZ 7K guy? But that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I like it. So I'm sort of, I like the idea of the Dahmen, Kirk,
Okay.
Griffin, and Gim are the ones I sort of got the most behind. But I'm interested in the Brendan Todd thing as well. I agree that it's not the right course for him, but it's going to keep the ownership lower. So I'm kind of interested in that. All right. How about down in the 6Ks? Do you have anybody? I know you're going to say I don't know if we need it, but this kind of tournament, we seem to see these guys come out of nowhere all the time and at least top 10 him, at least one or two usually. So who are you looking at down here?
Yeah, I'm playing one or two guys. Tom Hoge, whatever, and Russell Knox rates okay, and Bryce Garnett.
Russell Knox and Bryce Garnett. Okay. I will take a guy who's finally looked a little bit better last week for the first time in a while. Not the most exciting play in the world, but maybe he found something. Flashback a couple years ago. I know I'm a little biased because he made me some money when I first started playing DFS golf, or early on when I was playing DFS golf. Benny On. Matt Neesmith is another one that popped up for me. Jason Duffner. These are not exciting plays. I think Kevin Tway is probably the better of all those guys I just mentioned. And that's basically what I had for this range. There's nobody else we're considering down here. Chase Seifert. I'm just going through it just to make sure, because I really didn't have many names, and usually I like to try and pick out some weird guys, and I don't have as many this week. And that's pretty much, I think, all I've got for there. I can get behind your Russell Knox, but I do like Kevin Tway. He would be the one I probably like the best.
Okay. Who is going to win?
I'm gonna buck the weird trend of, like, this is the one time you'll hear me say this, because I like this. I like sort of, this is like I don't know. I'm gonna take it for finally getting a win, Tony Finau. Even though I actually think I'm gonna have I'll probably have similar amounts of he and DJ.
I'll go Patrick Reed.
I like it. Okay.
So who under 9K or under 10K, you can go whatever range you want, is going to make top 5.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take Tringale, but I want to make, you know what, because I can't use Tringale again, but I would say Patton Kizzire would be my guy, but Tringale would be the one I would pick in the 9K range.
I like that a lot. And I am going to then go with Grillo.
Okay, Grillo. And how about down in the 8K range?
8K range for top 10.
Yeah, so I'm going Kizzire for sure.
Yep. And I will go oof. Yeah, I know how I'm gonna do. I'll play Gary Woodland.
All right, I like it. That's gonna be off the board.
Under 8K to get top 20.
It's funny. I didn't. I know you mentioned him and not me. Actually, you know what? I'll say Johnny Vegas, but I wanted to say another guy, and that would have been Chris Kirk. I know you're not going to say him, so those were the two guys for me.
I'll go. I'll go Dahmen.
All right.
And who's under 7K going to make the cut?
Under 7K going to make the cut. I'm going to go with Tway.
And I will go Tom Hoge.
All right.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to refresh it real quick if you have just 1 minute, because just to give you guys the guys who I'm more focused on from based on what this, what my research and what Sheets thinks here. Tringale, Kizzire, Finau, Reed, Vegas, Grillo, DJ, Bradley, Woodland, Pereira, Ryder, Rogers, Dahmen, Griffin, Kirk, Gim, Tway, and Hoagie.
Yeah, I like all that. I will give one thing. I guess my top owned guy right now is actually Reed and Gim and Grillo. Those are my top guys, I think, as far as ownership goes. But Damon's close behind. Good luck.
Yeah.
And Brendan Tom. All right. Good luck, everybody. And that'll do it.
Let's crush it this week, guys. Good luck, everybody, and make sure to check out Sheets. This is pretty incredible what he's doing with the LOL stuff. Every time I feel like I look up, you were one of the members. I know you don't like it, but I'll say it for you. Anyway, guys, good luck this week. Let's have somebody let us know how you're doing. We'll do a sweat show if anybody's interested and anybody's doing well enough near the cut or after the cut. And check out truedvs.com. Thanks, guys.